Welcome to episode 2 of the Tokyo Porn Podcast, hosted by Sweet New York. On today's episode, we're talking about Sony versus Nintendo, people with beards in Tokyo, Meiji Jingu Mai Shrine, what to do, what not to do in Meiji Jingu, monks in Tokyo and Japan evading their taxes and their fares, eating FUGU in Japan, my friend Tokyo Jim stuck in Auckland, the big volcano that's not in Tokyo, it's in KYUSHU, and the English teaching industry in Tokyo, Japan. Hope you enjoy the show. Get your beer or get whatever you gotta eat. Get ready for another show with Tokyo Joe. Tokyo Joe, 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 Tokyo Joe. Hey everyone, it's Tokyo Joe. Alright, in other news, Sony's releasing a new PlayStation Portable. This is good news for you guys out there who like to game on your way to classes, on your way on the train. I see you guys all over the city playing your little Nintendos and your little Sonys. Well, the Sony PlayStation is going to be a new one for you. And you can put it in your pocket. Not the big ones. These are the small ones, right? So what do we know about it? It's going to come out this year. That's the new one. And I read an article in MEIJI about it. And it's called the Sony PlayStation Portable NGP. NGP, right? And this is actually going to be a next generation portable, right? The actual size of the screen on this thing is twice the size of a smartphone, right? And it's going to have a motion sensor on it, so you can tilt and sway the machine to play the games, right? Pretty cool, huh? It's going to have a touch panel in the front, a touch pads in the back to allow you to tap on the machine and move stuff around. It's going to have all the buttons and switches that you used to on your PlayStations. It's going to have a Wi-Fi connection as well as another wireless connection. It's got a 5-inch screen, which is OLED, which is different from an LCD, right? The image quality is 4 times better than the current PlayStation Portable. Right? Not that I exactly know what that is. But I know you do, and you care about this stuff, because I see you around Tokyo using these things all the time. Heck, I even heard a guy, and I reckon he was using his PlayStation on the toilet. Yeah, I'll tell you a story. I went to the Oi store, which is a big store here in Tokyo. Oi, 0101. It's Oi, right? Oi, or 0101. And I was in there, and they got these beautiful toilets. I mean, they're so clean you could eat your lunch off the floor in those toilets. They're that clean, right? They're cleaner than most restaurants I've been to. So I went in there. And I'm doing my business in the toilet, minding my own business. And then I can hear this noise from the next, somewhere, I think, the next stall, I guess. And it's like, bloop, 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 like this. And I don't know what it is. And I'm thinking, what the hell is that? And then I realized the guy's got a friggin' PlayStation Portable or something. Because I'm pretty sure he didn't have a PlayStation full size. Right? They're everywhere. I see them all the time. And I see you gaijins around Tokyo using them all the time, right? The other interesting thing about the new NGP PlayStation is that they're going to start supporting Android software, which is like a Google Android software system, which is like what you use on a phone. Okay, kind of interesting, huh? So what has Nintendo done about this? Well, last week we spoke about Nintendo's troubles with its profits. What's really interesting is what Nintendo's doing, and they've got this new 3DS. Like I said, you got to spare 25,000 yen, you can buy one of these things. You can also buy it in the United States for $250, right? But you got to wait an extra month. What it does is it lets you play 3D games without glasses. Pretty cool, huh? Right? Whereas the Sony does not offer 3D. So I wonder who's going to win. And I think Nintendo will win, because people like the 3D. They want the 3DS. See, DS was the old version of the Nintendo. It's like a mini game console. You open it up, it's got two screens, you can tap on it. I see them all the time. The old folks in this city use them all the time. If you're listening to this from somewhere else in the world, not Tokyo, you're going to be shocked to hear this. But I see 80-year-old people using these little Nintendo DSs all the time. Playing their little memory games, doing their little cat games and dog games and stuff like that. They love these games, right? So, Nintendo's reported a 74% tumble in profits, as reported by the MEIJI newspaper, right? For April to December 2010. Pretty bad. That's not selling enough Wii-Wiis, and the yen is too strong. This is going to bring it back. They're going to sell a lot of these things. And I think more people are going to buy these than the PlayStations. Right? Because they got the 3D. Looks pretty good. Well, good luck to you, Nintendo. And good luck to you, Sony. Because, without this stuff, what would the kids do, huh? This is going to be exciting to see who's going to be the king of the little handheld consoles. And I have another question for you. For those of you out here who play these little consoles, are there any other systems you like to use? There's Sony, PlayStation Portable. There's Nintendo, 3DS, DS. Are there any other systems you like to use? Maybe you like to play games on your iPhone. You play the little Catville games and stuff like that. Maybe you just like to play it on your iPhone and you wouldn't want to buy one of these. I want to hear from you on the forum. Who's going to win? Nintendo? Sony? Maybe even someone else. There's been a big volcanic eruption here in Japan. But I want you to know something. Those of you who listen to this podcast or elsewhere, remember, this is the Tokyo Forum Podcast. This eruption is related to me. Believe it or not. I'll tell you how. The name of the volcano is, I don't know, something like Shinmoadake or something. Shinmoadake, right? But the important thing is the city underneath Shinmoadake is called Miyakanojo. I'm Tokyo Joe. It's Miyakanojo. It's only 10 kilometers from the crater. Wow. Now this is on the Isle of Kyushu, which is a long way from Tokyo. So we ain't going to talk about it because it's not important to us. We don't get any of this ash here in Tokyo. It's too far away. But for those people down there in Miyakanojo, you have my sympathy. Because you ain't in Tokyo and because of this volcano. Okay? So you got my sympathy. Sympathy from Tokyo Joe.